All I know is this: 40 was one of the most fun years of my entire life. 41, I intend to make more fun. There's a bunch of people out there, no matter what you do, you don't have to be a YouTuber or whatever, who will consistently try and stop you from doing what you want to do through some sort of fucking coercion. And the coercion is, it could be anything. And if you sit there and you listen to the coercive influence of other people, you'll be real fucking depressed and bored and you second guess everything you do. Don't do like don't just don't. You don't have to. You don't have to. There are very few people you need to listen to in your life. Your spouse. That's a good one. Maybe your boss, unless you want a new job. And who else? I mean, this whole like thing. I mean, for me, I guess it's more specific to kiwi farms, but it's funny watching people say, "Oh, if he doesn't do what we say, show's going to be terrible." It's like, well, if you don't like it, that's cool. Bunch of people don't like my show. Bunch of people do. I'm all right. I never asked anybody to like enjoy anything. Like either like it or don't. It's okay. But for me, creating the content, if you don't like what you're doing, you can't keep doing it. There are a bunch of people who want me to do the same show I was doing 4.5 years ago. I can't. I would hate it. I would hate doing that show. Like just reading lawsuits all the time, like everything being legally related all the time. I didn't do as many shows back then. The reason was because I always had to find that legal angle or legal niche. Most lawsuits are fucking lame. Most lawsuits are completely uninteresting. And so, like, as the show grew and evolved, some people don't like that. That's fine. Someone else might do it. But for me, like, I can't just, like, I could hire a researcher and like find someone to go find all this stuff all the time and like constantly do that. But I can't. I would hate it. I would hate doing it. And I wouldn't do it. I just stop. Like I just quit. I do not have the tolerance to sit and do stuff that I don't like for very long at all. Maybe a couple weeks. My show will always change based on what I want it to do. But for me, it's always going to be like what I can actually just do and enjoy. Because man, I don't have time. I don't have time. I spent a lot of years being unhappy working. For me, like I have to do something that's engaging to me or I'll just stop. I spent a lot of years struggling through a bunch of shit that I didn't like to do. I did not like to sit around in banks and try and sell people checking accounts. I hated that. And then when I was working at Thrivent in the brokerage area, it was really nice solving problems. I was really good at it, but it got really boring and I wanted to do bigger stuff. And they're like, "We like where you are," till I moved away. Then they're like, "Oh, move back and we'll make you a manager." I'm like, I don't want to move back. Moving back, I just moved away. Why would I move back? Sitting around fucking around the hot tub is so much better. It is. It is. But yeah, so if I listen to a bunch of people, and again, this is most specifically recently at Kiwi Farms, but also, you know, Discord people and fans of the show throughout the years. I'll get emails, I'll get messages. Say, "Hey, this isn't, I don't really like this. Why are you doing this? You should go back to doing the old thing." I'm sorry, but I can't. I can't do that. So I'm not gonna do this as a suffering job. Ever. And if you don't like it, don't watch. It's okay. If I listen to people who said all that shit, the show would be stagnant. The interesting thing about this profession is that You don't have to stop, but you can rebrand. As did it. Quartering's done it. Other people have done it. And there's some pain and adjustment. But the thing with, YouTube and whatever, it's all there's 8 billion people. And you don't need a ton of them. You don't need a ton of people to make a good go of something. It's hard to get that number, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Krigler did it. But you can do it.